The summit with the theme, the Edo Story, Creating Shared Opportunities into the Future, was a rallying point for stakeholders in Edo's shared vision of prosperity and greatness to deliberate and reach key decisions that drive the initiatives and policy of government which have so far transformed Edo to emerge as Africa's most competitive sub-national. Governor Gordon Obaseki, while speaking at the summit, said the government focused on 6 thematic pillars, including institutional reforms, economic revolution, social welfare, infrastructure development, environmental sustainability, arts and culture, noting that the bold reforms have positively impacted the lives of millions of Edo people, placing the state on the path of sustainable and accelerated growth and development.
Government is redesigned to work with the private sector to have more production going on here. Then we will reduce the pressure on foreign exchange. Whether it's in educational services, there's no reason why we're spending $2 to $3 billion a year paying school fees abroad. There's no reason. Comrade and I, 7, 8, 9 years ago, decided to set up a university, endow a university, and see how we can get the private sector to work with us so that you could build an excellent university. If we had things like that affiliated to schools in Europe and America, parents will not need to send children out there. There's no reason why we spend $2 billion a year or $2 to $3 billion a year paying healthcare bills. There's no reason why we're spending $500 million a year importing milk and milk-based products.
Governor Obaseki, who noted that Edo State has the potential to produce 70% of Nigeria's imported products and reduce the burden on forest exchange, said his government has attracted investments in agriculture, manufacturing, retail, health, arts and culture, tourism and hospitality, among other sectors.
Ensuring that we produce to the extent we need to is first just training our people to, ensuring that the educational system is right, that people have the skills, because the raw materials already exist and the energy sources already exist. It is not rocket science. The last 7 years has shown that it is possible, and as we look into the future, I know that with what God has given us, we will make this country great again.
Earlier, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, ALAGHODARO Economic Summit, who is also the chairman of Sterling Bank PLC, Dr. Aso Ighodalo, commended the deliberate efforts by the Governor Obaseki-led administration to grow the state's economy over the past 7 years, noting that the state's economy has grown by over 140% from $10.6 billion to $25.8 billion.
The investments that have come to Edo State in the last 8 years, $4 billion and counting, have all been sourced from Nigeria with joint venture partnerships on a number of them, but they've been catalyzed from investors who are Nigerian investors. So we have the capacity and we have the will, and not all of them are Edo State citizens. They saw the attraction of coming into Edo State.
On his part, the chairman and chief executive officer of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, said Edo State has comparative advantage over every other state in the area of agriculture and agro-processing, as well as culture and tourism, noting that Governor Obaseki's administration has repositioned the state, leveraging its competitive advantage to drive growth and development across all sectors. Aliko, who was the keynote speaker at the 2023 ALAGHODARO Investment Summit, commended the governor for his government's business-friendly reforms.
Edo State is blessed with huge resources, natural resources such as limestone, hydrocarbons, marbles, and a very rich arable land are among the resources available in Edo State. With the 2 main producers of palm oil in the state, Okomo Oil PLC and Presco PLC, there's a developing cluster of agro-allied investment as well as what we can get from the market. Edo State has a youth population that is lively and prosperous with continuous demand for food. Its status as a significant provider of food to other regions of Nigeria presents new opportunities for agriculture agricultural expansion in the state.
Dignitaries at the occasion include former governors Comrade Adams Eric Oshomole, Chief Lucky Igbinedion, Chief John Odige Oyegun. Others are Edo State First Lady Mrs. Bessie Obaseki, Governor of Delta State Sheriff Oborewori, Secretary to Government of Edo State Barrister Osaodio Ongi, former Edo State Deputy Governor Michael Giadome, and Speaker of the House of Assembly Right Honorable Blessing Agbebako, Chief Judge of Edo State Justice Daniel Okungbowa, amongst others. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.